welcome to the Philippines.
Thank you.
How do you feel being a part of the LA Galaxy, which is growing as a global brand in football?
It's been pretty impressive to see over the last 5 years since David's arrival how much this has all grown. 5 years ago, if we had come to the Philippines or to Indonesia or to Australia, not many people would have known who we are, but now they do. And we've gotten tremendous support. These trips are a lot of fun for us. We get to go to parts of the world we haven't visited before. And like you said, our brand is growing and it's fun to be a part of it.
On that same vein, how does it feel to be a part of the golden generation for American soccer?
Well, we're very blessed. There was a big group of players before us that kind of paved the way, that didn't get the fame, didn't get paid the same way guys do now. And they kind of set the stage for us, and we hope that we're continuing to set the stage for future generations. But I think we just all enjoy what we're doing, and we're fortunate in America where the sport is big enough where you get some of the perks of being a professional athlete and well known, but it's not so crazy like it is in other parts of the world where you can't walk outside and just enjoy your life.
All right. How does it feel to be called Captain America?
That's nice. I mean, any player who has the opportunity to captain their national team is very lucky, and I've been very fortunate to do that a few times.
You've got a crazy schedule, not just with the Galaxy, but also the U.S. national team. What's your conditioning program like? Given your hectic life and all.
Well, nowadays, if you want to keep yourself fully fit, it's a 24 hours a day, 7 days a week job. And when I go home, I'm constantly thinking, how can I make sure I'm ready for training the next day, or how am I going to be ready for the game on Saturday? At home, it's all about nutrition, hydration, and rest. During training, during games, it's how can you maximize your potential, and by doing that, you've got to be mentally right, but physically you've got to do all the little things that make you as good as you can be. And it used to be in the past where you could not hydrate and you could get through a game fine, you could not eat properly, you could get through a game fine, you could not get treatment and you could get through a game fine. But nowadays it's so competitive and the level is so high that you have to do all those things correctly.
With the LA Galaxy, does the trainer or the nutritionist prescribe something for you as an individual player? Is there a regimen that you have to stick to, like in terms of hydration or even the food that you take?
We have a nutritionist that works with our team that helps guys individually. Everybody's different. The way your body is comprised is different from the next guy. So you have to do what feels right, and you have to do what they say because they're professionals and they know. So I know that if I drink so many ounces of Gatorade or fluids a day, it's going to mean this for my body. Another person might need more or less, and they might need more protein and less carbohydrates. But everyone does a good job of keeping on top of themselves to make sure they're prepared.
In this Asian tour of yours, you said that in Indonesia it was really hot, and David Beckham said that it took a toll on the team. With the MLS season done, how are you keeping up with all of this, with all this activity?
Well, it's difficult. I mean, we play a long season, and throughout the year, you slowly detrain as the year goes on, so your body gets a little bit weaker and weaker, and now we're at the end of it. A lot of travel here to Southeast Asia, and a big part of that is trying to get on a proper sleep pattern, which is difficult, and then hydrating. And in Indonesia, we had an issue with a couple guys who didn't hydrate properly, and were struggling a little bit after the game, and that was pretty interesting for all of us to see, because in America we have some humidity, but not like it is here, and so it's been a kind of a good learning experience for all of us.
Right. Will you be going to Everton this January?
We'll see. I turn on the TV and I watch games, or I get asked by people, and it makes me excited and want to be there again. But I have to balance that with being really smart. I get paid to play here, so my first goal and my first job has to be focusing on this team. And if I'm not ready physically or mentally to go somewhere on loan, then I won't do it, because it's not fair to this team. But if my body recovers well and I feel good, then I would certainly entertain that.
This MLS season has been really memorable, and it's possibly David's last with the team. How will you look at this season and his time with the Galaxy? You mentioned earlier that his arrival has catapulted the Galaxy. not just, well, by him, but also by yourself, Robbie Keane, and the others. But how would you look back at this season? I know it's just a few weeks over. But
Yeah, well, when the week leading up to the final game, I thought a lot about this year and the last few years in general. And the unfortunate part of our business is that had we lost the final, it would have been a failure. And it's hard to pin that on one game, on 90 minutes of soccer. So I was content and happy with how we had done up to that point. And had we lost that game, it would have been okay with me. But I understand that the sport is about winning and being successful, and as Americans we always want to be ultra successful, and that's what people judge you by. So that was important. But at the end of all of it, I think when you look at what David has meant to our team on the field, what he's meant to our team and our league off the field, there's no way you could say that it hasn't been successful.
right, just two more questions. The Galaxy's arrival here means a lot to the Filipinos. The last time the big football team went to the Philippines was in the 1970s when Cruzeiro of Brazil came over.
Wow.
As you can see, everyone's been gaga over the arrival of the Galaxy and yourself. How do you feel about that? That Philippines are so excited just to watch you play? I'm sure you've been around, you've seen the reaction.
Honestly, it's pretty incredible, and I think we forget the impact we can have on people. And it's actually inspiring to know that people are paying attention this far away. It's really nice to come to a place and be welcomed so openly. And at the end of the day, whether we're athletes or these stars or celebrities, we're people. And when you come to places like this and people make you feel welcome and at home, it's really nice. So I've really enjoyed less than 24 hours here, but I've really enjoyed it, and I hope I get to come back one day.
Can you leave a message for Filipino fans everywhere? Anything you want to say to Filipino football fans, soccer fans?
Well, I got to do the press conference yesterday and meet some of their players who were very respectful and very nice, and I see a little bit in them what we were maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago, where it's a game that so many people really love and care about, and you just I want them to be successful, and you can see how passionate you guys all are about it. And hopefully this game helps inspire some people, maybe some kids watch and get into playing that might not have played before here in the Philippines. But if we can do our part to help grow the game, there was many that did their part to help grow the game in America, and if we can help do our part, that's great.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Landon.
Shadow of my life was hanging over